Hello everybody and welcome back to the Dinosaur Revival, and today we are going to be looking at the new species that have been announced today. I will be comparing them to what I thought were going to appear, and also what another dino content creator thought as well. Their name's Mount Cyber. I will share what they thought. I'll say which one we thought, and yeah. Chungkingosaurus has been announced on the page. You can read any of the facts on the side if you want, but we have the male on the right, I assume, with the taller plates and such. That's always my guess when it comes to males in terms of visual aspects. So we've got the male Chungkingosaurus and the female on the left, and the baby on the right. We then have Compsognathus, which is a family pack. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening here in terms of how this is going to work, because, well, Compsognathus is already tiny. And I was discussing with Mount Cyber as well about the fact that it's a family pack. And he said that, well, yeah, Microsomatus and Morrison Shepherdus are also family packs, which, well, yeah, they are. So I do not know exactly what they are going to do for Compsognathus. My guess was that they were going to have the babies around the same size they've had the adults and increase the adult compy size a little bit, but I really have no idea. And as always, for all of these, I'm going to leave the information on the side there, so you can have a read. Feel free to pause and have a read. I apologise if my face cam is in the way of it, but you can always all you have to do is quickly Google Jurassic World Evolution 3 and you can come and have a look at these yourself. Okay, so we next have Diplodocus with, for all of these I assume the male is on the right and female's on the left. On the male, we can see, well, it looks bulkier based on that image, and the pattern covers like all of the back pretty much. It extends a lot further down than it does on the female on the left. And we've got a little baby in the middle, which is adorable, like all other baby animals. Next one. Quick, going through these quick so I can make sure I can feature all of them without it being another half an hour long video like most of mine tend to be. So Indoraptor is also making a return, and I do believe I've mentioned that even though it says Dinosuchus here, it's not going to return, which is definitely confirmed now because we've got the last species that's being added in, being the I'll show in a minute, but like, I knew this wasn't going to make a return. I didn't know, but I had a big feeling they weren't going to introduce Big Fock to the game, at least not yet. So we do have Indoraptor confirmed, but yeah, Dinosuchus is gonna probably appear in a future pack down the line, considering how many people have wanted it now. Now, the Metriacanthosaurus. This is one of the ones that I thought was going to make an appearance. Whether it's technically canon, yes, it is. Technically, because I got distracted because I started reading this. I said said German paleontologist. I got distracted. Anyway, wait a minute, it's been reclassified as Altospinax. Okay, I'm gonna read this one because I'm just confused and I'm interested. Further research for the 20th century led to it being reclassified as Altospinax and finally Metriacanthosaurus. Okay. Oops. Oh well. But yeah, I thought this was going to make a return because of its connection to since Nedry stole the embryo, or tried to before he died. Its name means moderately high-spined lizard, which you could probably guess based on the fact that it says Metriacanthosaurus. Metriacanthosaurus, because Acrocanthosaurus means high-spined lizard, or spined lizard, or something like that. Okay, now I'm confused. Anyway, I'm still going to stop reading this bit on the side. You can read that yourself. We've got the male on the right, because of all the extra colouring on its face. We've got the female on the left, darker colouring. And we've got the baby in the middle, which kind of looks like a little tyrannosaur when you look at the baby, with a little head crest on the side to make sure you know it's Metriacanthosaurus. Now here we have the Nasutoceratops, but I do know about this. Frontiers likely use the models for female baby and male Nasutoceratops from, because we've actually got canon appearances of them, so it was probably easier for them to work with and create these models, because we've got proper appearances of all three of them. All three, like the two genders and the baby. And moving swiftly on to the next one. Parasaurolophus. We've got the baby, which clearly has, the crest hasn't extended all the way back out yet. I can't tell from this angle, but I think the male might have a longer crest. Well, I can't really tell about the... Yeah, for those at home, just use the idea that on the right is male and on the left is female, because I'm not really seeing very much of a visual difference at this angle. But yeah, like I said, I'm moving swiftly because I don't want this to be another half an hour long video, like some of my previous ones have been. Now here we have the Scorpios rex. It is the Scorpios rex, of course. But I thought, I can't tell if this is true, so you at home, if you've got Evolution 3, can go and check this. But the pattern looks different on this to me. It looks more worked. And it bands all the way around the tail, and it seems like it's got more patterning along the spine, specifically, with the white patterning on it, and along the neck there, and on like that top portion of its leg. So I'm either getting this completely wrong, or the pattern has been edited. At least this one has had a little bit of a change for the pattern. And continuing, we have the Spinosauratops. I actually think the female has the renewable model here, honestly, because the male's horn looks about the same size that it has been in the games already, and same with the crest, and the female has a bit more of a sort of pushed back crest before it comes back up. Dinosaur map. And it's got shorter horn, which I actually think is a reference to Angel and Rebel. Sorry. I think it's a reference to Angel and Rebel. One being male, they being brother and sister, so the male has got the longer horn and the female has got a bit more of a stubbier one. I could be getting that completely wrong, just remembering completely incorrectly. But that's another thing you can let me know down in the comments below. And on the baby, you can see little, it's called fenestrae. I don't know if it's the case for here, but it's got fenestrae there. Which I do want to point this out, that Claire mentions how Chasmosaurus, I think she said, I can't remember the name, whatever, the she refers to it as sort of like own because it's got big head, the big crest. She says it's got large opening called fenestrae on its head, and it's just not got any openings, which I don't. So yeah, that's a thing. So that's where I'm getting my knowledge from for the openings being fenestrae. Anyway, the female clearly has a lot less patterning compared to the male on the crest, which I do like to see. It's really interesting, but I haven't checked if this is right with Cyber. I'm just going to use it because he explains why he thought Sinoseratops was going to appear. So I'll show a portion of our video where we collaborated together, so you understand why we thought, or he thought, this was going to make an appearance in for the final 8. I'll also leave a link for the final 8 at the end of the video if you want to go watch that too.
One of the Oviraptor. Now, the Sinoceratops, although not as unique as the previously two mentioned species, does have its own connections. Currently, we have the Spinoceratops added in, and that being a hybrid of the Sinoceratops and Spinosaurus, I do feel that it would be a bit odd for the base genome of that animal to not get in. And again, it being a canon species honestly really makes it likely for those species to get in.
And finally, but not least, we have the Ornithomimus. This one was just announced in the earlier video uploaded by Jurassic World Evolution 3. And and we now get, basically, for my eyes, which of course is unique, but in my eyes we get feathered Ornithomimid, being like to make it stand out from your Archaeothomimus, your Struthiomimus, and your Gallimimus. Don't get me wrong, they all are unique, but this one will stand out in particular from that group. And as you can tell, the male has a very, very colourful plumage on the neck, and quite a bit of colouring on the head there. The head shape looks slightly different as well, don't know, like on top of the head there for male and female. And we've got the baby with a lot kind of dull patterning at the moment, and it'll clearly grow into it. You can also see at the top of the neck for the baby, it's got patterning there, whereas it either grows out and becomes really colourful when it grows up as a male, or it becomes a lot less noticeable right up at the top of the female's neck. And yeah, that is all from me today. And I will update you for our final 5 species, see if Mount Sibo and I were able to get our any more animals right in our predictions, and I'll catch you all on the I will hi, big screen me again. I will leave you will be able to click on a video where Mount Sibo and I collaborated in a moment, but I wanted to mention that anyway, what I was getting at is that I just want to verbally say this, that I am incredibly happy I've been able to work with Mount Sibo. I'm just going to read out my comment that I made on his video, on the video that he uploaded with us working together. It's the best way I can put it, really. Well, actually, it's... So I'm just gonna read out the comment that I made myself on the video that I will leave at the end. I'll just reread it out loud because this is probably the best way I can really put it. I'll just repeat what I've said in my comment, and I'm just gonna stop repeating myself. I'm just gonna read it out loud because I want to say it verbally, but this is the best way I could probably say it. So, a huge thanks to Mount Cyber for letting me work with him. A lot of credit belongs to him too, as he's the one who did all of the editing for this video. And if you haven't seen him already, which I personally doubt, but if you haven't, I do seriously go. I seriously do check. I seriously do suggest you go and check him out. I will also leave a link to his channel in the description of this video. Anyway, now as I continue my little speech, I just want to say that I loved getting to work with him. I did want to say that I mentioned working with other bigger YouTubers at the end of one of my previous videos. I need to slow down when I'm speaking. But like, and sure, yeah, the big channels, they have their perks, but I've been able to watch Mount Cyber's channel since day one. I've watched his first video. I've watched them all since up to this point. And like, it just feels a bit more connected in a way because I've been able to watch him, and I really look forward to the future of us working together, and like, just it's the future, I guess. Well, yeah, you can now watch the video. It'll be down there where we collaborated, and my channel video. You can subscribe. One way you can subscribe is there, and since I mentioned him, I'll leave a link to his channel there too. Anyway, that's all from me now, and I will catch you all on the other side.